Alrighty, I had asked you guys if you were familiar with the Flow magazine. I know they have magazines and books. They're a little tiny bit differently made, but the concept is the same. They are publications that are, as they stated, geared toward individuals who love paper. And of course, you know, all of us in our groups, that's what we do. We love paper, whether it's bought or trash, we like it. So, I know we've been making some of these trashy journals where we put a bunch of stuff in and swap them and send them off, and then, you know, you can draw in them or, you know, do various things, whatever you do with your journals. Well, what I thought would be kind of fun to do, because the objective of these flow books and magazines is that it's supposed to be usable. Even though they're quite pricey, they cost, you know, anywhere from $20 to $30. The pages in there, the papers in there, and the cards that are in there, stationery that's in there, it's all meant to be torn out and used, either sent out as far as the stationery is concerned, or the paper to work in your own journals and your own projects. So I thought would be fun is if we made our own flow journal, in which we would put various things, instead of just the purpose of making pages out of our leftovers and our trash, have in mind that the individuals are going to use these in their future projects. So in mind with that, I put a little bit of collection of things together that I thought I would put in the one that I'm going to make. For instance, here is some wallpaper. Here are some cuttings from some magazines. Here is some scrapbook paper that were cards. Here is some stationery that was gifted me that I thought was really attractive. Here are some, just some pages from some magazines. Here are some paper placemats that I played around with some stencils. Here is some paper that when I was practicing with my handmade sprays and jelly print. This is wallpaper, some more scrap paper. Also, I have some old calendars that I was going through and cutting out some pieces. So you get the idea. It's still, you know, stuff we just have sitting around. It's nothing we're going to be buying and making it all fancy and frou-frou. It's just stuff that we have laying around with the intention of someday using it, but maybe we can put it together so that our fellow swapper will be the one that can take advantage of some of our little treasures that we don't want to throw away. So we'll put them together, and remember, it's with the intention that they are going to rip it out, tear it out, or whatever, and use it in other projects. That's the purpose of this book. So they're going to dismantle it. You know, it may take a period of time for it to be all torn apart, but that's the intention. So what I'm going to do, I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to bind this yet. I have another book that a while back I had gutted, and I thought maybe I would use this. I'm not sure. That's what I'm thinking about doing. When I'm all done, after I've decided what I'm going to do, I will show you my finished project. Alrighty? Alright. See you guys soon. Okay, I put my stuff together, and what I ended up using was a book that I had already gutted out. You can use whatever you want to use, but this is what I decided that served my purposes for me. So I decided that I was just going to put them in with elastic, because the reason I did it is because the purpose is so that it's easy to take out the pages for your partner to use. instead of tearing them out, and that way some of the larger pieces can stay intact. I'll show you what I mean when I show you what I did. I haven't put anything in here, but I was just covering up some tears, but there's room there for you to slide up some envelopes or things in there. This is just some paper I was testing. I think I showed that before with my inks, so I put that in there. These were gifted to me. This is stationery. I think it's so pretty. She gave me quite a few, so I put that in there. This is some paper that I also did myself. This was done with Kool-Aid, actually. And these were some cards that I had in some old scrapbook paper. And what I did is I went ahead with, I took the thread out of the sewing machine and I just sewed across, you know, the various sections, and that way it's perforated and it tears. So I did that with the whole sheet. This was some of the original pages in this book. It was a kid's dictionary, and then some scrap paper. I added a few pieces of fabric and some lace, and then I just stapled it onto the envelope. In here, a friend of mine was moving, and her husband gave me these are so cute. They are replacement lenses for some kind of goggles, and he's had them for like 50 years. Oh, there you go, for those types of goggles. So I thought somebody could have fun with that. And then on this page, with just some double-sided tape, I folded up a larger piece, and that way you can take it out and collage with it or whatever you're going to do. And here is some more calendar, more testing. This is wallpaper, more leftover calendars, and because you can just slip them in and out, it's very simple for someone to take the page out on, work on it in any way that they want to. And still room to put some more things in here in the envelope. I know I'll find more junk to put in here. Here are some leftover pieces from some jelly printing that I did. And so I'll put that in there. And then another larger piece. And some more of those cards that I perforated. Calendars. So you get the general idea. Put as little or as much as you want in there. Another envelope. And these are just some cards from where they had the patterns, and some little doodling that I did. Tear that up for some collage. Here is a signature with just some scrapbook papers and stuff that I have. This is some textured wallpaper and some scrapbook paper. Just some pieces that I thought that you could use in your projects. A couple of flowers. I love adding flowers to my projects. And there you go. You have different types of papers. So, basically, we have 3 signatures. Oops, hold on. 3. 1, 2, and 3. And it's very simple. All you have to do is get your signature together, fold it in half, slip it in there, and when you find something you want to use, you just slide it out, and there you go. That's it. And I'll put a few more things in there, but there's a lot, obviously a lot of stuff in there that can be used for various projects. Now, depending on the size that you make and the weight, because I know a lot of you ladies like to be you're very generous, and we need to be watching our cost. If what you send costs more than $6.45, I suggest that you put it in one of these envelopes, because that's what this costs, no matter what weight that goes in there. And even though it's flat, it's very simple to put bulky things in there. And all I do is go and like that on the ends, and you can stick very, very bulky things in there with no problem at all. And there you go. So if this was expensive, because it's pretty heavy, it's only going to cost me $6.45. And what I was thinking about this too was that once the person uses all this up, then they have something that they can use, you know, to make a journal out of, or they can fill it up with some more stuff and send it off to another person as a little gift to them. So anyway, so this was what I had in mind. If you guys think that you'd be interested in doing something like this, I would call this a flow-ish journal. And then we can get some groups together and start making some and swapping them out. Alrighty, let me know what you guys think. Thanks.